Hello, welcome. My name's Catherine Hain, and thanks for taking the time out of your day. I just want to talk a little bit about the $2,400 digital marketing grant that's available for um, lots of different types of businesses. It's perfect for anyone in the beauty industry. It's really just such a great opportunity. We just want to make sure that everyone's aware of this digital grant. There's not too many times that you get the opportunity to have $2,400 to upgrade your website. That is completely refundable. So it's a complete, there's no strings attached kind of grant where you can really build your online presence. So I'm just going to take a few minutes, walk you through exactly what's required and how, if you qualify, take a few minutes to answer any questions. And I strongly encourage anyone to sort of look into this grant and make sure that you're taking full advantage of it. So if you're wondering if you qualify, it's for the $2,400, you must be a B2C company. So that means business to consumer. You must be customer facing. So wholesalers, people who don't deal directly with customers would not qualify unless they create an e-commerce section where they open it up for consumers. So for example, we've worked with one wholesaler that wanted to do an e-commerce site and would sell directly to the public. If you're willing to do that, then you would qualify. You must make over $30,000 a year so not both, or have at least one employee, can't be the owner operator, with more than 3 months of work experience. So far, we've run through about 50 applications. We've got 50 applications in the queue, which is fantastic. Every one from the ABA that we've put the application through has qualified. So most of the members of the ABA, most of the members of the beauty industry should absolutely qualify for this funding. So the grants can be used for all kinds of things. First off, we look at your website to try and figure out what the best work plan is, but it's meant to be for e-commerce or online booking. So online booking, if you have an online booking tool and you want to enhance it, you can. If you want to build e-commerce on your website, which is a great way to have sort of turnkey revenue to sell products while you're busy working in the service industry, those are two fantastic opportunities. If you already have both of those, then I would recommend that you use it for SEO or for building out a CRM to keep track of your customers. We have lots of clients that come back to us and say, these are my top 10 best sellers on my website, or these are the products that should be selling the most. How can we develop an SEO campaign to really drive traffic to those products? And it's a great use of the funding. So the application process is super easy. Just go to citymedia.ca/digital grant. We've got the application form right on there. You can apply. It should take you about 5 minutes. You do need a couple of documents, which I'll show you exactly what they are. But we'll need your email, your name, phone number, the basic information. And then we'll sit down and have a look at your website and come up with a work plan for you. So once that work plan is set, then we start the application process. So the process is pretty straightforward. That work plan that I was just talking about, then the documents, then the application gets submitted to the government. That it happens very quickly. As soon as you apply, we'll make sure that we push that right through and get the application in. Then once the application is in the system, the government will approve it. We hope, or we'll work with them to make sure that gets approved. And then once that's approved, there's about a 4-week cycle in terms of doing the actual work on your website. So the documents that you need a copy of your business registration or your incorporation documents. You need your GST to show that your GST is fully paid up. Those are the two main documents that are required that you'll have to submit in order to qualify for the program. Second one, this is the GST form as well. It has to be from the last 12 months. We did get a couple that came back that weren't from the last 12 months, so we do have to have that one from the last 12 months. So once the grant's approved, as I said, the City Media will complete the work. Then we submit you submit the paid invoice to the government for reimbursement, and you'll get your $2,400 right back. Such a great program. Make sure that you let as many people know as possible. We really think it's a great way to empower small and medium-sized businesses that just don't have the funds to do these kinds of things. If you can refer a friend or pass it on to any of your networks, anyone who submits an application, you will get a $100 referral fee. So it's ready to get started. Submit your application. I don't know why anybody wouldn't submit an application and just to see. You go to citymedia.ca/digital grant. That's where you can fill out the form. Like I said, it'll only take 5 minutes, especially if you have those 2 forms. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out directly to us. This QR code will take you to all of the contact information that you need. And you can speak to our digital grant specialist, Simon, at citymedia.ca. I think we'll open it up to see if there's any questions that came in through the socials, but thank you so much for taking these few minutes. Tell everybody $2,400 to build your business is a really great opportunity.
Thanks, Catherine. We do have some questions coming in online. There was one question about can anybody from any province apply?
Yes, the program is available right across Canada. There's tiny differences between provinces. So if you're applying from, say, BC or from Alberta, there's a little bit of difference, but not that much. It's still $2,400, and it's meant to build your e-commerce and your online booking. So we can help you anywhere across Canada.
Great. Sarah Duca asked, can you apply for this grant annually? I utilized it in 2023 and wondering if I can utilize it again this year.
Unfortunately, no, but check with us because there's a lot of different grants out there. There was one out there a couple of years ago that I know a lot of our people had applied for and had used that grant, and they thought it was the same one, and it wasn't. So I think the best thing to do is maybe reach out to Simon and just have a quick chat with him. If you're sure it's the exact same program, then no, you can't use it twice.
Good to check, obviously.
Yep.
We had a question come in on Instagram asking about, are there any ongoing costs after the grant money is used?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And the answer is it's entirely up to you. You're in full control. So we have clients that use the $2,400 as a contribution to a larger cost. Say, for example, they need a completely brand new e-commerce website, and that might be more than $2,400. Then $2,400 can be a contribution to, say, a $5,000 website. So you can use it as contribution to a larger program. If you have monthly fees or you take something on as monthly fees, then anything outside of the $2,400 you would be responsible for. But this is your program, your way. So you are not making any more commitments than exactly what's outlined in the program. And we will make sure that the $2,400 includes everything that fits. If you have a limited budget or you don't have a budget for this right now, great way to do that, and we'll just make sure that your total cost is $2,400.
There was a question about the follow-up because a lot of grants have government forms they have to submit after as proof. Just wondering about if there's help with that, or is that our responsibility?
Yeah, that's a good question too. There is follow-up. They're very, of course, your grant gets submitted, then you have someone from the government will reach out and just make sure that everything is correct. And there may be extra questions. I think I mentioned about the GST. Sometimes you need a different form. So there is follow-up. We are usually listed as someone that's collaborating with you, so we can help you with the follow-up. And we send you an email as soon as we do the application of what type of email to watch out for. So if you get anything, you can reach out directly to our grant advisor, and Simon will walk you through sort of how to qualify or how to explain some of those follow-up questions. They're tricky, right? The government could ask something very specific about the technology or what's being done to the website. So it's really nice to have a grant advisor right there that can give you the right wording and make sure that it's clear what you're applying for.
We have quite a few questions, so I'll keep firing through.
Great, love it.
Yeah, Marilyn asks, do we have access to this recording after? And I think we can make that available.
Okay, for sure.
For sure. Somebody asked about the referral program. Is the referral only for like beauty businesses and salons?
No, we're working. We've got about 50 applications in through the beauty business, right? Beauty salons, spas, that type of thing. But this program is available to anyone who qualifies in Canada. So if you know another business, or you own another business, or you're part of a business network and you want to take this to your business network and share that, I encourage you to do so.
Great. And I see one more, but feel free if anybody else has any questions to drop them in the chat. But there was a question about if I get approved, what is the next step? I think you covered it, but maybe just in a
Sure.
little detail.
Yeah. And it's good to know what your timeline's like, right? So I'll just go over the whole timeline. You apply today. We'll work with you and get your application in as quickly as possible. Like if you apply today, we'll have it in by latest Monday or Tuesday next week. So we'll get your application right in. The government will usually take about 4 weeks, but that's not a fixed amount of time, and with some questions back and forth, and then your grant's approved. Once you're approved, we have a kickoff call with you, and we set out a 4-week plan to do the work. So the work will be done in 4 weeks or less. And at that point, you submit your paid invoice, or we can submit it on your behalf to the government, and you're reimbursed immediately for the $2,400.
Great.
So get your applications in. You know, the one thing is to remember is these programs can be canceled. There was another program, a larger CDAP program that was canceled in February. So we just want to make sure that everybody, you know, gets their applications in so that you're in line and you have this opportunity to market your business.
Well, that actually answered that last question was, how soon should we do this? Sooner the better, especially with summer vacation and the government, right? So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't think there are any other questions, but of course, you can definitely reach out to Simon.
Thank you. Look forward to hearing from everybody. Take advantage of it and share the program. If you need anything, or if you're taking it to a business group, again, reach out and we'll give you some more information and something that you can take to your group if you want to share that. Thank you.